Thank you, Policy Time, and thank you, Dr. Shekhar, for inviting me on this session. It is really an inspiring topic. And I'll be speaking basically based on my experience in the World Bank projects, rural livelihood missions, as well as my first-hand experience in the water sanitation sector and with my own entrepreneurship as a first-hand experience. So most of the stakeholders whom I deal with, 90% are women. So there's a lot of learning, a lot of experience coming through, and a lot of knowledge to share with. So basically, if we see women's role in this entire scenario as of now, we could put women into two, three different levels of work. One is a group of women which we call self-help groups, whether it's a rural self-help group or urban self-help group, 10 to 12 women put together. We have promoted as a part of the project and as a part of the livelihood thing. And the good experience to share that these women, though they are not big decision makers, but they really proved themselves in the turn times, this times. You'll be happy to know that across pan India, right from Kerala to Kanyakumari and any other state we name it, these women have really come forward as running community kitchens for the migrant workers, doing community kitchens for the hospitals, doing masks for the district administration and all the poor people, then doing working as financial correspondents or banking correspondents to do the last mile delivery of the cash in hand for the where bankers are not able to reach out. So they have really proven themselves. So this is one good segment of self-help group women whom I work with, and it was enriching experience to learn their stories through webinars and through videos and through newspapers, and how they have really stood up for the household income and for the community building at this particular juncture. The second group of women I would relate to would be mostly the women entrepreneurs whom we work with, be it in the rural areas or be it in urban areas. So small time women entrepreneurs. So mostly we see if they are working in the sector of home necessities, especially agriculture or animal husbandry supply or grocery supply or related products, they could really fetch themselves well because they really worked on a good supply chain. They learned a few things on putting catching the deliveries and how do they create a supply chain in this difficult time and home to home delivery and all the other things. So they really learned up a lot of new things in their process of production, manufacturing, and supplying products to the community, and especially when there is a lockdown and people are not able to come out. So these were the ways they could support themselves. But the third sector, which would I also talk about as is the artisan sector, which really had trouble times in this particular period, and my first-hand experience of entrepreneurship is also on that. But as we see that we use this time to really think and develop new initiatives, how a lot of pending things which were there on the drawing board, and we could spend some time that how we can work on new products, how we can work on new samples, and read some international market research reports and all that, and see how we can make ourselves capable, so that whatever the cost time we have, and once the market gets open with no hopefully no China products around, and there would be a lot of demand for the local handicrafts, local gift items made out of waste, gift items made out of recycled fabrics. So we really worked on those all kind of aspects, that developing our catalogs and samples and developing our business plan. And we also supported a lot of women entrepreneurs who work with us, that how we can partner in future, how we can close our MOUs, how we can learn through different IT enabled tools, be it mobile apps for posting of products, or be it creating a small videos at the community level. So a lot of such tools help the communities and the women entrepreneurs to grip themselves with facilities and tools, so that they can cover up the loss they have made. But the good part is that a lot of people, a lot of women, especially worked on in Hindi what we call it jod dhanda. So that there is a main occupation, but you do something which supplements your family. So if so, in rural areas also we saw that the women realized that though agriculture is the main profession for that, but they can always do a bit of goatry, a bit of poultry, a bit of tailoring. So somehow people realize that they have to be there has to be resilience towards the critical issue, critical disasters coming, be it natural disaster or be it something like COVID. So they have to have a cushion around them. They have to have a buffer zone around them, and that is what was also seen in this particular period, that women try to develop that extra activity or extra household income for them, or at least thought that they should be able to do that if, because if some calamity comes and they are not able to survive with their main occupation, there is a subsidiary occupation for them to support that. So this good thinking came from most of our project women, and it was a great experience to learn it, and it was a great experience to know all this independently. Me also, I and my team put a lot of time on developing new projects, new proposals, and otherwise, as rightly said, we are just working on daily schedules, and the schedules are very tight. In fact, I found myself working more than working days in this COVID period. It was not a pause period at all, and more you dig into your responsibilities or your passion towards delivering to the society, you see that it's the sky is the limit, and you can do unlimited things, and the time is less. So a lot of thinking time was there to dig horizontally and vertically. And I'm sure all our women in our projects where we are working with them day in and day out in rural and urban areas, and as well as the women entrepreneurs whom we support as an individual business or through the projects I work with. I'm sure they are going to live up to their challenges, and they would be a, big decision maker in this entire economy and society, and they would be a good resource or a bit of good source of primary livelihood for the families, contributing very strongly to the community and the household they belong to. So I feel, I mean, overall, I feel since I work mostly with the women, so I feel they've really lived up, and they have really proved themselves in the testing times, and they are pretty strong, and they reacted very fast in the urgencies to come, and they were very strong mentally, physically, and tried themselves to make themselves strong financially also. Thank you.